history scholars. I'm Miss Ziegler, the Time Machine teacher, and on this channel we're going to be talking about everything to get you ready for the AP World History exam. In this series, I'll be doing a document a day about World War I, and then we'll put them all together in a DBQ. So, if you're new here, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a thing. Let's get started looking at those documents. Here we go with document number 2. Remember, we're looking for causes and effects of World War I. This is an excerpt from May 7th, 1919 from Count Brockdorff Razow, leader of the German delegation to the Versailles Peace Conference, and it is a protest. So go ahead and pause this video, and what you're looking for is main idea, what you're going to use to support it. Is it a cause or effect? And how are you going to explain it? Point of view, audience, or purpose? Welcome back. Let's check this out. So this happens May 7th, 1919. We know it is at the Versailles Peace Conference. So obviously this has to be an effect because it's after the war. It says, "It is demanded of us that we shall confess ourselves to be alone guilty of the war. Such a confession from my lips would be a lie. We are far from declining all responsibility for the fact that this great world war took place or that it was fought in the way that it was, but we energetically deny that Germany and its people, who were convinced that they fought a war of defense, were alone guilty." So he's saying, yeah, we did fight this war, but we are not alone guilty. There are other people that should take some of this guilt. No one would want to assert that the disaster began only at that disastrous moment when a successor of Austria-Hungary fell victim to murderous hands. So he's talking about Archduke Franz Ferdinand right here. In the last 50 years, the imperialism of all European states has chronically poisoned international relations. He's also citing imperialism as being a cause. Policies of retaliation, policies of expansion, and disregard for the right of peoples to determine their own destiny have contributed to European malady, which came to a crisis in the World War. The mobilization of Russia deprived statesmen of the opportunity of curing the disease and placed the issue in the hands of military powers. Now, you could probably also use this as a cause, right? You could cite any of these reasons as a cause, imperialism or Austria-Hungary, or you could use this as the effect. So either one, if you want to do cause, you could cite this information right here, or you could do the effect of Germany having to take the guilt for the war, okay? The best route to go would be to make notes of both of these things, and then when you're putting your documents in your buckets, you can see if you have other documents. So for example, if you have other documents that talk about imperialism, then maybe use imperialism. If you have other documents that talk about the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, then you could use that one. Or if you have other documents to talk about this, then you could use this as an effect, okay? That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to look for similarities within the documents so that you can use them to prove that part of your thesis and that you can use them together to do that. All right, so depending on which one you're going to go with is going to depend on what you're going to use for your describe and support. Now, this one would also be really good to do point of view because we know it's from a German guy. All right, he believes that Germany alone shouldn't be responsible for the war. Why does he believe that? Because he's German, and that's going to affect what he believes, right? If he were, say, Russian, who's on the other side, on the winning side, then maybe he's going to think differently. But because he was on the losing side, or that the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand started this mess, then that's where his point of view comes from, right? You could also do audience. His audience is the Versailles Peace Conference, right here. And that affects the document because he is talking very plainly. He's talking somewhat respectfully, but at the same time in a very strong tone, right? He's trying to get his point across. Point of view would probably be the easiest one to do on that one, though. All right, so make sure you take note that this could be an effect or a cause, and we'll see which one it goes with after we complete the rest of your documents. And check out document 3 next.